Hey y'all, it's Diana from the Dianaverse, here today to talk to you about the Taurus full moon. Happy birthday to all the Scorpios out there. Hope you're having a wonderful birthday month. This is when the sun is in Scorpio, and our moon is in Taurus. We're wrapping up the last of the Taurus Scorpio eclipses. So look for where Taurus and Scorpio are in your own birth chart to see what areas of life this is affecting most for you. It's also going to be affecting the fixed signs. Those are Taurus, Scorpio, Leo, and Aquarius. To a lesser degree, Leo and Aquarius, but still the fixed energy is there, so it'll affect the fixed signs the most. Now, Pluto, which rules Scorpio, is squaring the moon and the sun for this lunation. If you remember me talking last time, I'm getting a lot of sun in my face there. If you remember the last time I talked about Pluto squaring the nodes, because Pluto moves extremely slowly. It's way out there. It takes a lot longer to get around the sun. And it was squaring our nodes the last time, and it's barely moved, so that now it's squaring the signs next to it, which are the Scorpio Taurus axis. The nodes move backwards, so they've moved back in how we see them from our perspective here on Earth. They've moved back a little, so they're in Aries and Libra now. And we're kind of wrapping things up, as you might imagine, with our last eclipse in Taurus, and also Libra. Just lost my train of thought. Oh, Libra is where the south node is. So this has been a lot about wrapping up with this particular set of eclipses and with the moon's nodes. When you have the south node, that's like your comfort zone, the past, things coming up. And that's... my brain is moving slowly today. I think it's that Taurus, like, slow down and relax and look at thing going on. So I don't know if you've got that going on, but this is the first time I've started the video today because I started saying something and then I'm like, wait, where was I going with that? Okay. The South Node is traveling through Libra. So Libra is ruled by Venus. Venus is in Virgo at the moment. So there's all these connections going around the whole horoscope wheel, if you will. Venus is in Virgo, which makes us more interested in the details of things. It's like a more organized sense of Venus than we have with Taurus right now. But they're all connected because they're all ruled by Venus, right? Hopefully I'm not getting too technical with y'all here, but it's that push-pull thing that I talk about sometimes, right? Where we want to relax, we want to be comfortable, we're heading into the winter where we kind of nest into wherever we are and enjoy our comfort foods, our nourishing things like our soups and our root vegetables this time of year. And anyone who doesn't have that situation, and there's a lot of people going through that in the world at this moment for various reasons, whether it's war or weather or whatever it is, the people who don't have that are going to really notice the difference that they don't have things, right? So those people may be a lot more agitated. Mars is over there in Scorpio. It's a place he's comfortable, but he's also quick to lash out. Mercury is there. This could be statements and words that come out and a little more biting than they normally would be, much less diplomatic, where they would have been this last few months in Libra. The trine that we have is going from, because there is a trine in the chart, it's going from Pluto to that Venus in Virgo, and what was the other part of the trine? I think it was the moon in Taurus. So it's like there's a Venus trine going on that wants to be comfortable, that wants good things in the world, and yet there's also Pluto squaring the moon and the sun. So it's kind of like the individual versus the collective. You've got Pisces, Saturn in Pisces, which has been retrograding. It's all the way back to 0 Pisces. So whatever's going on in the collective unconscious, like all the knowledge in the world is out there, but we're still at the beginning of trying to figure out how to make stability and structure that works for everybody, right? I sometimes question myself, especially lately, when there's all this trauma and all these things going on in the world. I'm like, I want to create beautiful things and sustainable things, and I want to save a lot of nature and make life better for other people. And it seems overwhelming sometimes, right? Because that Saturn and Pisces can be a little bit of overwhelm and like, what can I do against everything that the collective is doing? And it doesn't even make sense for me to try to create beautiful things when there's so much suffering in the world. Is that what I should be focused on? But I've thought through that a lot, and I want to create what I would like to see in the world. And I think, most civilian populations, wherever they are, they want the basic things. They want to have enough food and a comfortable house and nice relationships. And most people are creative in some way, either through words or like I really like to work with textiles and plants, and I want to, since I have the privilege in my life to be able to work on those things, and I would like to see other people have the opportunities to do that. I feel like by being grateful for being able to bring that sort of thing into the world, hopefully that's putting some of that energy out in the world. And I've done a lot of volunteer work over the last 10 years or so, and trying to encourage other people to bring that kind of peacefulness into your life. Because when you're being creative and you can work out a lot of your inner turmoil, but you're also creating a space of comfort for yourself and being able to create things, right? Taurus likes to create things. So I want to put that energy in the world, and hopefully if enough people are doing that, it can extend out into the world. My calling is not as the warrior who fights for things, but more of a warrior of peace. Like, let's make things good for everybody, right? Or try anyway. So that's going on. This is an eclipse that we won't really see too much of in North America, but it's still out there happening around the world, right? So it's good to be aware of. And my plant suggestions, because we've got this like opposition in the trine and the squares that are like just off kilter from each other. They're only like one sign away from each other. So it's like we're trying to catch up with our ideals and things. And we're heading into, in the Northern Hemisphere here, into the winter season where we have comfort things. So it's like we need a little bit of get up and go, and we also need a little bit of relax and let the energy flow. So I'm creating a tea blend that's got oolong tea, but it's also got lavender, lemon balm, oat straw, things that are nourishing and relaxing, and also kind of protective. Like lavender is it's so aromatic, it's kind of diaphoretic, it kind of releases to the exterior. So during the beginning of cold and flu season, it's good to let those germs go through you and move along. I find lavender to be a great ally for that. So that's my kind of plant suggestions, is this sort of invigorating yet relaxing blends. And then for the stone friends, I've been really working with lepidolite lately. It's kind of a pink, yet sparkly because it has mica inclusions in it, and sort of soothing and invigorating. It's got that same sort of energy, I find. So I was at my local crystal shop. I don't buy a lot of crystals these days because I don't like how they're mined in a lot of places in the world, but I did pick up a small piece of lepidolite that was calling my name there while I was looking at all the pretties. So that's basically what I have to say. I am going to be out of town all of November, and I may take a media break. I've been getting kind of sucked into a lot of news stuff lately, and I feel like I need a reset since I have the privilege to be able to do that. I don't know. If I'm going to post these next month, I may take a little media break. But I hope wherever you are, you're having a great full moon lunation. I hope that you're finding things you've put energy into are kind of manifesting some stability and hopefully some affluence in your life. If you're not, there's things coming up from the past with this Scorpio squaring the sun and the moon, ourselves versus the body. So our thoughts versus the body, or our individual wishes against the collective. There's room in that with the Scorpio and that Mercury right there, and all that stuff going on, that there could be things from the past coming up, things that you can integrate and work on. And if we don't work on them, often life will find a way to trigger them and make you look at them, right? So be proactive, not reactive. So I'll either see you in 2 weeks or it may be a few weeks. But we've gotten through this big eclipse portal, and I haven't really looked ahead, but hopefully things will have calmed a bit. We will see, because I think some of the stuff that's been started is going to take a while to resolve. Whenever we have the eclipse, we have the portal period where the things are most dramatic, but then we spend the next 6 months kind of cleaning up, right? Or moving on. So that's it. Take care, and I'll see you sometime in the future. Bye.